What's going on, guys? Quinn69 here. How you guys doing? Today I'm going to show you guys this new build. It's basically the fastest T6 spec I've ever played in my entire life. Like, touch wood, man, touch wood. This thing is this is out of control fast. We're gonna, rather than kind of talk about it, we're just gonna show you kind of what this build is capable of. What you need to do is find an elite pack. So up here I'm using Nemesis braces. This is part of the build. We use Nemesis braces. You just find a pack, kill the pack. Once we kill the pack here, it actually procs my Ingiom. Procs my little thing here, and you can have a look at the cooldown of Dashing Strike right now. So just have a look at the cooldown of Dashing Strike. So now that I've got my Ingiom procced, it's kind of like having a channeling pylon for the entire rift. And yeah, you just become a god. You just run around like Jesus, and basically everyone just worships you. Oh, we got a legendary back there. Quickly go back and get that. The important thing is you got to try and maintain the buff. You got to try and maintain the buff. The second you don't kill an elite, for more than 15 seconds, it starts slowing down. So you just have to keep going the whole time, otherwise it starts slowing down. Just you need to keep that Ingiom proc up, and then yeah, if you've got that bad boy procced, literally, I mean, this is a horrible rift to show you on. Try and find you guys a bit of easier. Oh, something to note that I only just found out when using it, to proc the weapon that I'm using right now, you do have to kill all the minions of an ad. So you can't just, yeah, you got to kill all the minions of an ad. You can't just kill the yellow guy and then expect it to proc. So whenever you're fighting a yellow monster, make sure you kill the ads, otherwise your sword will not proc, and you're gonna have an awkward time. You're gonna have an awkward time. Alright, Rift Guardian spawned. I don't know where he is though. Okay, he must be back this way. That's pretty cool. Lucky, I have my handy. Wow, this Rift Guardian spawn. This Rift Guardian spawn. Okay, so this is the RG. This is the boss fight. You can one-shot him most of the time. I used all my spirit up actually getting over here. But as you can see here, it's kind of dumb. Kind of dumb spec. I don't know if you guys... I guess you guys want to see another rift. You guys probably want to see another rift. Let's be honest. You want to see another rift. Whenever I stream this, everyone is just like, what the hell is going on? I have no idea. And yeah, it's really, really stupid. Ooh, I need one of those. I need one of those. It's a horrible roll though, so rip. I'll quickly get my blood shards. And every time I stream this, everyone's just like, what the hell, are you using hacks? Are you cheating? What's going on here? And it's just this weapon here. Every time you kill an elite pack, it reduces your cooldowns by 8 seconds. Obviously, Dash has a 4-second cooldown. So literally, I mean, Dash has an 8-second cooldown, my bad. So you literally, it has no cooldown. Dash has no cooldown. If you had a 10-second Ingiom, I'm not too sure what happens. I've never had one before. Probably, I'd say Dash would just literally be completely spammable. Because you can see when my proc's up, you'll see that there is a very short internal cooldown. But I'd say if you had a 10-second Ingiom, that it would just be literally like having a channeling pylon, and that's the dream. That's the dream. That's the dream. And getting one of those 10-second ones. I mean, the patch only came out 2 days ago, so obviously I haven't had my chance to get my hands on one of those yet. The dream. The dream. So pretty much, I killed my first mob. Notice I took the extra time to kill that extra ad there, which I'd normally skip, just to proc it. And now once you've got this bad boy up, you just make sure you just run around. You just constantly find elites, and you just one-shot them all. And then whenever you get a pylon, you just insta-press it. Well, this is a channeling pylon, so you can see here, channeling pylon's a little bit faster than the Ingiom. So you can literally just hold down dash at this point. You have to punch once every 6 seconds, so to proc your Raymond set. That's the only thing you need to know. And we get a yellow here, so now I'm going to make sure I kill every single ad. I think I got them all, pretty sure. Boost through here, boys. I was getting average rift clears of like 1 minute 30. I got a rift, it was about a 40-second clear. You can literally, I should probably highlight some of these rifts, some of the god rifts. If you get this on an outdoors map, obviously, it's completely dumb. You just, you literally just, oh, I'm stuck. No! Okay, we got him, boys, we got him. Wall are too strong. Yeah, if you get an outdoors map, you can imagine it's kind of just really, really, really dumb. You can just literally dash infinitely. You just kind of just dash left to right on the entire map. And it's honestly like having some sort of cheat activated. That's what it feels like. I don't know what I'm going to call this spec, probably like the God Monk or something, because that's literally what it is. It's like you're actually just like Jesus, and everything just dies in one shot. So I dropped my Ingiom just there, so you notice it slowed down for like a little bit. Rift Guardian. Okay, let's see if we can show you guys how to kill a Rift Guardian here. You ready? That's how you kill a Rift Guardian, boys. That's how you kill a Rift Guardian. Like that, boys. Like that. But anyway, that's the gameplay, boys. That's the gameplay. We're gonna get onto the gear now. Show you guys how to do it. Show you guys how to do this kind of stupid ass, overpowered spec that I honestly don't think there's any other build that's ever gonna come close to this. Because it's just, I mean, it's ridiculous. Like if I was to show you on an outdoors map, you guys would see it's like 40-second clears in a T6 Rift. It's out of control. This is the key. This is the key here, right here. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm calling it the Ingiom. Whatever it is, it's overpowered. So you can see the secondary effect there. The cooldowns of your skills are reduced by 8. That's 8 to 10 seconds for 15 seconds after killing an elite pack. The main thing is that gives you permanent epiphany, which is permanent epiphany insight. So you have like unlimited spirit. Obviously, every time you dash, spirit costs. It costs 75 spirits. That means you can have dashes during downtime quite easily. And then on top of that, it also reduces the cooldown of your dashing strike. So your dashing strike literally it has no cooldown, and you just infinitely dash, and you just kill everything like I was doing in the Rift just there. And this is what makes the build so overpowered. This is like the T6 god weapon. Don't try and use this in greater Rifts because you're not going to have enough damage to kill stuff. For GR35 clears, it does work really well. I was doing like sub 2 minute GR35s before. It's really quite overpowered. Then my other weapon I'm using is Envious Blade. You get this from doing bounties in Act 3. So you do the bounties in here, and you'll get Envious Blade. And what this does, this is another really weird weapon, which you don't really see that often. I don't think there's any, really any builds that use it. But it works especially well with Dashing Strike. Because, Dashing Strike does 12,000, 500% weapon damage. You can imagine 100% crit chance on a 12,500%, the skill. It's completely overpowered and broken because you just literally one-shot everything. That's how you're just always critting. So you just every single time you engage an elite pack or whatever, it just dies on one shot. When you fight the Rift boss, it just crits and dies on one shot. And you just kind of apply that to everything. So your character literally just one-shots everything in the entire Rift. Then on top of that, we're just using the raiment set, obviously. That's how Dash is doing damage. So you just use raiment boots, raiment pants, raiment chest, raiment shoulders, raiment gloves, and the raiment helmets. If you want to know the stat priorities for all those items, check in the Diablo fans guide below. I'll have a defense guide below. It's a written guide, and you can see exactly how to gear them all. And then we're using the focus here, so the focus and restraint. And you can see here when you hit an enemy, with your primary skill. So whenever I punch an enemy with my generating attack, right, I get 50% more damage, and whenever I spend, I get 50% more damage. So they're both multipliers. So that's literally, they multiply with each other. It's a 1.5 multiplied by 1.5, so it's like a 2.25 multiplier. It's really, really dumb. Really, really overpowered. These rings are what's making you kind of one-shot everything. Even with my mediocre weapons, like these are very poorly rolled. You can see here both really poorly rolled. And some of my rings are actually pretty poor as well. This is what allows you to kind of one-shot everything. You need to use these. Then on top of that, we're using the Witching Hour. So this is just a straight damage belt. Gives you 50% crit damage. Obviously, crit damage directly increases the value of this because, you will have a 100% crit chance. So you just want max crit damage. You can use a Harrington's Waistguard in place of this if you want to. If you like looting a lot, because a Harrington's Waistguard would equal more damage if you're clicking everything. But if you're just speed farming, Witching Hour is the way to go. And then as for your necklace, you want to be using a Hellfire necklace. But I'm using this one here simply because it has no crit chance on it. Obviously, I don't want crit chance. I want skill damage. I want elemental damage. I want crit damage, and I want dexterity. But the dream is to have an amulet here, so a Hellfire amulet, which would have like a skill in here that you're going to be using. But I don't have one, so whatever. You don't need it. You just use any amulet really. Just preferably one with elemental damage. Dexterity and crit damage. And then with braces I'm using Nemesis braces. That is Nemesis braces. That is just so when you're speeding through the rifts, obviously if you click on the pylon or you click on the shrine or whatever, it spawns an elite. You kill the elite, it procs your Ingiom, and you have another 15 seconds to go ham. And it also means it creates more density, which means you clear the rift faster. And it just means you don't have to worry about swapping braces. It's really the fastest way to do it in my opinion. The legendary gems I'm using, Bane of the Powerful. So every time you kill an elite, you get damage, 20% damage, and you get 15% elite damage. It's just, you don't have to worry about it. You put it in your gear, and it just goes. That's what I like about it. You don't have to maintain a buff. It's not like Taeguk or anything. It's just a really simple gem, increases your damage. I'm using Boon of the Hoarder. Literally, the only reason you use it is for the movement speed bonus. So, every time you pick up gold, you get 30% movement speed for 2 seconds. you have that up the whole time because you're constantly killing everything. And there's no other real gems which compete with that. If you feel like you're not getting any value out of Boon of the Hoarder, you can use the Gorka Swiftness instead. So you can use the cooldown reduction gem. But in my opinion, Boon of the Hoarder will go fine. And what it does mean is you can actually put on a gold wrap. Do I have one here to show you guys? Maybe. You can put this on if you're playing hardcore or if you feel squishy. And this will just make you immortal if you have this combination on. But you don't need it. You don't need it. I just use Witching Hour. And I don't have any survivability issues. And then for your main gem, you're just using Bane of the Trapped. It's just a straight out damage multiplier. Just a quick side note, people always ask me what's proccing Bane of the Trapped. Okay, Bane of the Trapped's secondary effect procs the primary effect of Bane of the Trapped. So you can see the aura that slows all the enemies by 30% in 15 yards, it procs the primary effect. And it works on bosses. I get asked that all the time. So yeah, Bane of the Powerful, Boon of the Hoarder, and Bane of the Trapped. So those are the gems we're using. Okay, I'll quickly go over the skills here. The skills you want to use, so I'm using Mantra of Conviction, Annihilation. It's literally, it's damage, so it gives you damage. You can activate it as well for more damage. I sometimes activate it right before the Rift Guardian's about to spawn, so you have like a little bit more damage to one-shot the Rift Guardian. But yeah, it's just literally for every time you kill a monster, you get 30% movement speed. That effect also works on your allies, so when you're in a group, that's also really, really overpowered. You know, it's working in the group. It's really, really nice. It increases the efficiency of the Rift really by quite a large amount. Then we're using Blinding Flash, Faith in the Light. So you get 29% damage every time you blind. So because we're using the Ingiom, reduces the cooldown by up to 10 seconds. You know, it's a 5-second cooldown. With a little bit of cooldown reduction, you easily have 100% uptime. So it's like a 30% damage bonus the whole time. If you've got like a bit of cooldown reduction on your gear, combined with the Ingiom proc, you have this up the whole time. And it also provides a defensive bonus, which is really nice. As far as Dashing Strike goes, literally, you can use any rune you want. Right now I'm using Fire because that's the only Nemesis braces I have. But depending on what, say you have like, I don't know, say you've got a sick as, you know, whatever, cold necklace, you can just go cold. It means you get 40% dodge. You know, the dream is to have a holy necklace or a physical necklace. They'll be the best. They'll be the best runes. But really, it doesn't matter. Either rune will work. So with holy, you get 20%, you know, movement speed. With you know, physical, you get slightly more single target damage on, you know, you don't really need it, but yeah, whatever. You know, these are the two best runes in my opinion, but I'm currently using Fire. So yeah, just choose whatever rune you have. So if you've got, you know, some sick ass, if you've got a mean ass, whatever necklace or a really nice braces, you can just go depending on what you want to go. Then Epiphany Insight. This has, I don't know if you saw on the Rift, when Ingiom is procced, we have 100% uptime on Epiphany Insight as well. And, you know, Insight gives you 45 Spirit Regen per second. Spirit Regen, so that means, you know, you can easily do, like, one dash every 2 seconds, like, for free, just from Insight alone. You know, you can see, like, this is all free dashes because of Insight right now. Now I'm spending actual cooldowns. So basically what Insight does is it means you can dash a little bit more. If you feel like you need the survivability increase, you can change that to Desert Shroud. But in my opinion, for T6, speed farming, Insight, way to go, 100%. Your generator, okay, you're not going to be using that this often, so I'm just using Quickening, literally just in case. It's just to get your spirit up faster. Quickening is a really overpowered rune, and yeah, all you do, you'll see in the if you look at the footage, if you look at the gameplay, you won't see me actually using it that often. So literally, the first pack I'll run in and punch a couple times and dash, and then all you've got to do during when you're speeding through Rift, you'll just dash, punch occasionally, dash, punch. You don't have to punch a monster to proc the set. So to proc the to proc the set, to make your so basically to make your spirit generators increase the weapon damage of Dashing Strike by 12.5 for 6 seconds. To make that proc, you don't even need to hit a mob. A lot of people seem to be running around trying to hit monsters with it. I don't even touch monsters. I'm just like whatever. I just dash, punch randomly, dash, punch. Just make sure you punch every 6 seconds. Just punch the air. It does not matter. Just punch, and obviously if you say there's a Rift Guardian or something that's taking a little bit to die, yeah, you can punch it to actually get spirit back and do damage. Then I'm just using Mystic Ally, Fire Ally purely for the 10% damage increase, and then you can also pop it on the Rift Guardian and it does a little bit of single target damage. But other than that, yeah, you can, yeah, that's really a free skill. If you feel like you want to add something in, you can swap that out. You don't really need to, this is just we're just using that as a damage buff. As for passive skills, I'm using Exalted Soul, so that just increases my maximum spirit. So that just means you've got a little bit extra, redundancy. So that means if you haven't killed a monster within 15 seconds, it means you get almost a free dash. You're going to get like one free dash out of it. And having a free dash is really nice. It just means you can spam dash to get to where you want to go, find an elite pack faster. That's literally it. You're just using it for the maximum spirit and for the very small amount of spirit regen. Yeah. Harmony, that's purely for survivability. You're just using that to stay alive. You can take this off and like take fleet-footed if you want to. Say you're using gold wrap combo, you can do that as well if you want gold wrap. I just use this, that way you just never die, and it's just really nice to have. Momentum, obviously you're moving a lot during the spec, so you've got 100% uptime momentum, so you're doing 20% more damage the whole time. It's really nice. Beacon Eater just reduces all your cooldowns by 20%, and that just allows you to have the 100% uptime Epiphany, 100% uptime Blinding Flash with the Ingeon proc. As far as Paragons, I did test this on stream. It was still just as effective. I literally took out every single Paragon I had, and the build was still clearing T6 like nothing. We were doing like 2-minute clears with absolutely no Paragon points. It's kind of stupid. All you want to do is just cap out your movement speed, then just go full dexterity. For offense, you want to go, obviously with the Envious Blade, if you're using the Envious Blade, you want to be going critical hit damage first, then cooldown reduction, then attack speed, then crit chance. But if you're not using Envious Blade, okay, I forgot to say this before. If you're playing in a 4-man group and say your character's not geared enough, like in a 4-man group, my gear is good enough that I will just one-shot the elite regardless. But if you're not absolutely one-shotting the elites, then it's better to use a Sunkeeper. So just take that as a note. So when you're playing solo, 100% Envious Blade. That's the case specific, dagger. And in groups, if you've got decent gear, like my gear's not even good, I'm not even using that much ancient gear, and I still am one-shotting everything. But yeah, say you're not one-shotting all the elites, then you want to just change that bad boy to the Sunkeeper, and that means you can change your Paragon point priority, and that means that means you want to get crit on your gear. Obviously, with the Envious Blade, because you have 100% crit hit chance, as long as that means you don't need crit chance, and that means you can opt out of it. You can optimize your gear in that fashion. But yeah. Those are the two weapons there. Anyway, defense, just go all resist, armor, life percent, life regen. You remember you can check all this in the written guide below. There is a written guide below. And then you just want to go resource cost reduction, area damage, life on hit, and then gold fine, obviously. But otherwise, boys, that's pretty much the guide, man. That's all there is to it. It's an extremely fun build. Like, I mean, this build is crazy. I was streaming it today, and everyone was like, "What the hell? It's just map hacks." It is just so fast. Wait until you see this thing in an outdoors map. I'll be posting some speed clears during the season. I'm gonna see what the fastest. I'm gonna take this build to the absolute limit and see if we can get like some ridiculous. I'm sure you could get like a 20-second clear or a 30-second clear. Literally with the right map, you could get the most stupid clear with this build. I'm not even kidding. This thing farms. But anyway, guys, you have fun. You enjoy it. Yeah, I guess I'll see you guys when I see you guys. I love you guys, man. Thanks for watching.